Psalm 81. Sing aloud to God our strength. Shout for joy to the God of Jacob. Raise a song, sound the tambourine, the sweet lyre with the harp. Blow the trumpet at the new moon, at the full moon on our feast day. For it is a statute for Israel, a rule of the God of Jacob. He made a decree in Joseph when he went out over the land of Egypt. I hear a language I had not known. I relieved your shoulder of the burden. Your hands were freed from the basket. In distress you called, and I delivered you. I answered you in the secret place of thunder. I tested you at the waters of Meribah. Selah. I hear, O my people, while I admonish you. O Israel, if you would but listen to me, there shall be no strange God among you. You should not bow down to a foreign God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people did not listen to my voice. Israel would not submit to me. So I gave them over to their stubborn hearts, to follow their own counsels. Oh, that my people would listen to me, that Israel would walk in my ways. I would soon subdue their enemies and turn my hand against their foes. Those who hate the Lord would cringe toward him, and their fate would last forever. But he would feed you with the finest of the wheat, and with honey from the rock I would satisfy you. Commentary for Psalm 81. Psalm 81 is a call to worship and remember God's faithfulness, urging the people of Israel to celebrate sacred feasts with joy and to listen to his commands instead of following their own desires. It reminds them of God's deliverance from Egypt and his promise to bless them abundantly if they obey him. The psalm also functions as a warning about the consequences of stubbornness and idolatry, which led God to give the Israelites over to their own wayward hearts. Key themes and messages. A call to worship. The psalm opens with an enthusiastic summons to worship God through singing, music, and the celebration of appointed festivals like the new moon and Feast of the Tabernacles. Remembrance of God's actions. It recounts God's history with Israel, particularly the miraculous deliverance from slavery in Egypt, the provision in the wilderness, and the giving of the law at Mount Sinai. God's desire for obedience. God pleads with his people to open wide your mouth and trust him for satisfaction instead of turning to foreign gods or their own selfish desires. The consequences of disobedience. The psalm warns that when people ignore God's voice and follow their own stubborn hearts, they are given over to their own ways, which leads to a lack of blessings. Promise of future blessings. It concludes with God's promise that if they had obeyed, he would have given them victory over enemies, abundant prosperity, and satisfaction with the finest of the wheat and honey out of the rock.